We are part of Fired Up Sports Network of shows. Please check out other Fired Up Sports Network podcasts like the P-Lot Pod, Water Cooler Talk, Bell Smashers, Philly Sports Love and Pain, Drunk on Broad, Beer Battered Sports, and the Fired Up Sports Show, which are available on all major podcasting hosting sites and social media. Also, check out Mark Ramos' Roundup on firedupsports.com, which breaks down the happenings going on with all your favorite local teams.
The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions.
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
Swinging a miss, struck him out. The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Flyers are going to win the Stanley Cup. The Flyers win the Stanley Cup for the lead. Yes!
Iverson, wow, what a fake off Daniels as he broke his ankles and got all the way to the cup.
Let's go.
Oh man, how good it feels to be 10-1 in first place. Just oh my god, how good does it feel?
Sitting north, two games plus any other team in the NFC to pull that win out after you see the way that the Lions handled their situation on Thanksgiving, losing to the Packers. They had trouble the week before with the Bears. This team just finds out ways to fucking win.
Yeah, they
every
win.
week.
It doesn't matter how they get it done as long as you win. People want to say, "Oh, you're not blowing anybody out." Okay, and we're winning games. Does it matter what the score is? I'm pretty sure it only matters if you get the W or not. So
I'm pretty sure I'm going to quote the world famous poet, The Rock. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter how you fucking win.
It don't matter
as long as you win the game.
I saw, and I know that the social media stuff is not where you're living a whole lot anymore.
Yeah.
But the ESPN Football Power Index, the biggest bullshit fucking statistical gathering of nonsense I've ever fucking seen in my life.
They have them like 8th. I saw that today.
7th.
7th.
That is the biggest giant pile of fucking turds I think I've seen.
Dog shit.
And to think about it.
What's up, Adam?
Every team that they've played. Go Birds! Every team that they've played that's above them.
They've beat.
At number 1. Well, or at number, let's start. The Birds are 7. At number 6 is the Dolphins.
We beat them.
At number 5 is the Chiefs. Yo, Jay.
What up, Papa?
Jay taking home that beautiful boy. We have not faced the Ravens.
No.
We just beat the Bills. How is the 6-6 fucking Bills the third team? You've got the Cowboys at 2.
We marched on their asses on drives. Like, we just marched down in like 2.5 minutes and we're scoring. They weren't doing that to us. They were sustained by penalties and bullshit. Like, it makes no fucking sense how they could put them in there. And yes, the Cowboys still haven't beaten a team with a winning record.
Oh, God, yeah. Yo.
I like it, money. I like it.
Yeah, listen, your fingers to the football god's ears. Like, this team just finds ways to win. I don't give a shit. As bad as they looked in the first half, and Rich, I feel like this is the revolving door. I feel like we start the show every week with like, well, they didn't play a complete game, but they still won. Like this team, same score at halftime, right? Ironically, right? They're down 17-10 at halftime in both games. They look like fucking dog shit. Jalen Hurts has the passer rating of 7 in the first half.
Yeah.
Like, and you come back to win both of those games, and you're down 10 at halftime. Like, not only is that astounding, but to do it in 2 consecutive weeks.
Yeah.
I know that you're playing with a little bit of fire here, but like, they're 10-1, and their strength of schedule is number 1.
Yeah. That's what I don't get. When everybody says, oh, they're not that good, they're frauds and all this shit, I hear I'm like, we've played the best teams in football except the Ravens, and we beat them. And we beat ourselves against the Jets. Like, what the fuck are you talking about that they're not that good?
As shitty as they played in that Jets game.
Yeah, they still could have won.
They still had a chance to win at the end.
Yeah. It just makes no sense to me. I just don't understand the argument of Jalen Hurts isn't in an MVP conversation. I mean, to me, that accolade doesn't really fucking matter. And I think to him, it doesn't fucking matter. But it's one of those things where you look at it and you see he is that fucking good. He is that vital. He is that important. His passing has improved. It's not his fault fucking Brian Johnson's a moron. It's really not his fault Brian Johnson's a terrible play caller. Like, what do you expect?
Talk about that opening possession, which was like a giant mind fuck. But like, how do you start the game, right? You know that, right, about 11:30 the news comes out that Lane Johnson's he's not gonna play.
Yeah.
Jack Driscoll's gonna go in. What in your mind, right? Regardless of what that play sheet has been telling you all week.
Yes.
You still come out and you throw 3 consecutive pass plays where Jalen Hurts is under pressure and has to throw the ball away.
It makes no sense. This is the shit that they do all the time. They come out and with 3 drives where they go maybe get a field goal or they're 3-0 or they're 3 and outs. And then they decide, all right, you're going to get some chunk plays with some run plays. It's like, why aren't you doing this from the jump? Control the clock in the beginning of the game. Take some time off the clock. Let your defense rest. It's like, no, they just love throwing their defense out there for 45 minutes of the game, like they did against the Bills. It just, to me, makes no sense. And then on the 1/3 down, they decide, oh, we're going to run a wide receiver screen to Julio Jones. Like, what are you doing? Like,
what? And that's the second.
Not why you brought Julio Jones in.
That's the second week in a row. That's the second week in a row that they fell in love with this what I'm sure that they would describe as like the extended run game, right? But and on some level, I get trying to get the ball out of his hands quick, get the ball out in space. But like when you see that it didn't work on 1st and 2nd down,
it's not going to work on 3rd.
What the fuck are we doing to work on 3rd down? And Jay, we're going to get to Jake Elliott is something I do want to talk about in a little bit. And Adam, I would love to bring up Rich the Frank Wright conversation.
Yeah.
At some point later on, but like Rich, the team stats, jump off the fucking screen, right? Because the defense gives up 505 yards.
Yeah.
Josh Allen in his bag all day was able to get, made credit to him, made a ton of plays.
He did.
Was able to extend drives, right? I think that at the last I counted, they had 8 or 9 3rd down conversions that were over 7 yards.
Yeah, they were like, 15 of 23 for first downs, 13 to 21 for first of on 3rd down.
13 to 22.
13 to 22.
Yeah.
Like, we couldn't make a stop. We couldn't tackle. We just let Josh Allen just run. Like, he's going to run, and then you're afraid to tackle him. Like, what the fuck? Like, it was a big mind fuck. The whole game to me was a big mind fuck.
I mean,
I had no idea what the offense was doing. The defense, for what it was worth, did play well. Losing your linebackers, that absolutely sucks.
Mhm.
James Bradbury making that huge interception. But
Yeah.
at the same time, they can't be on the field for fucking 45 minutes a game.
No,
You're going to lose.
The Bills ran 92 plays.
How crazy is
on
that?
Sunday. 92 plays. They had the ball for 40 minutes. And the Eagles end up with just under 27 minutes.
Yeah.
So
and how many points did we score?
37.
So we scored basically a point a minute.
More than that. More than a point a minute because they only possessed the ball for 27 minutes.
Yeah. Fucking crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's wild, right? But the one stat that kind of jumps off the table is that they ended up with 11 penalties for 80 yards.
Yeah.
So you gave up almost an entire field of field position on penalties, which anytime you do that, it severely decreases your chances to win. But they just figure out a way to win the game, and I don't have an explanation for this because the way that I was standing in front of the TV on Sunday, and the shit that I was screaming, you would have thought that they were getting fucking blown out because every other word is an F-bomb and me walking into the kitchen trying to figure out what the hell's going on and trying to figure out a way to explain it. And then that second half, man, the second half, they just turned it around. The second half, just they just look fucking phenomenal, man.
They make adjustments at halftime, and it just blows my mind because it's like make those adjustments like at the end of the first quarter. Like this is what we need to do. Yeah. Establish the run game. Get Swift the ball because Swift looked fucking great again.
He looked awesome.
He's so quick. He's so shifty. I don't understand how you're not like feeding him the rock. Like give him the ball.
14 carries, 80 yards, right? Devontae Smith finally gets over the 100-yard mark.
And then the Zacchaeus catch. Oh my God.
The Zacchaeus catch was no.
Quez ain't making that catch.
Zacchaeus, man. That and talk about Rich, the guy who doesn't get a whole lot of shine, but when it was his time to get his number called, he figures out a way to get just that little bit of separation, is able to go up and get the ball right in the back of the end zone, man. And that when you put Hurts on a scramble drill and he starts pointing around.
Yeah,
I got to imagine he's gonna be able to find an open guy. And then the Devontae Smith touchdown pass, man. Talk about just like on a fucking rope.
It was a thing of beauty.
I feel like I'm without words. Like he just figured out a way to do it, and they go into that fourth quarter. And they're still down 10, right? They're down 24-14 going into the fourth. And they get the Devontae Smith to cut it to 3. They get the Zacchaeus, the touchdown to go up 28-24.
Yeah.
You get the Gabe Davis touchdown catch coming back, right? The Bills just came right back. They did have that fight to go back and forth, but they could never close it. They can.
If Jalen Carter doesn't block that field goal.
Talk about your boy.
Because
he's just figuring out ways to be impactful.
Dude, he's so
whether he's Joe and I were talking about this on Saturday. The play against the Chiefs where he dives under Creed Humphrey.
Or no, what is
and almost intercepts it and goes, "Oh, I saw a high school kid do it on YouTube and wanted to try it."
Yeah, he's nuts, dude, and that's I love about him. Like he's figuring out like different ways, like you said, to be impactful, and it's fun to watch. And then Jordan Davis like hawking Josh Allen. It's like Jesus Christ. Like,
well, hold on, Rich. Did you see it? The next gen stats.
16.84 miles per hour.
Rich, that was the last play that he played in that game, and he's what 6'6", 340.
Yeah, he was
and he's
gassed.
running 17 miles an hour
Yeah,
on the 63rd snap that he played that day. Like, not the first
He was
snap,
gassed.
not
My
when
man
he
was
was fresh.
gassed.
Like when he's died. But Rich, think about that, how important that play is, right? Because he's driving into the sidelines. If Josh Allen is able to turn that corner, get the first down, they probably go down and score, and that game's over.
Yeah,
Like,
there's a lot of players made an impact, and Ellis, when he came in, he made an impact at linebacker. You know, you had the late penalties against Jason Kelsey that hurt. But then you get Jake Elliott, man. Clutch ass Jake Elliott.
Hold on, I gotta go back here. Jake Elliott.
Clutch Jake Elliott. In the elements.
59-yard field goal.
Yeah.
In the wind, in the rain. After and ice in his veins, he just went in and just booted it, and it was almost like the timeout that they called.
Yeah,
was like exactly what he needed. It was like, oh, y'all gonna give me a little bit of extra time?
Yeah,
cool.
I got this.
He walked over, kicked a couple practice kicks, right, and came in and just boot, and it was. You saw it. He played it just right. It drifts right down the middle. Like, is he the best kicker in Eagles history?
Yes, 1,000%. Yeah,
better than David Akers.
He's going to surpass him anyway, and I would say yes, definitely more clutch than David Akers.
Not bad for a guy that they pulled off the Bengals practice squad.
I know, isn't that crazy?
You remember the guy that got hurt, Rich? You remember the kicker that got hurt? That he Wally pipped?
It wasn't Cody Parkey. It was the other guy.
Caleb Sturgis.
Yeah, Sturgis. It was Sturgis. Oh,
but
man.
you get Wally pipped, and Caleb Sturgis is ends up being a trivia. He'll end up on one of the backs of those Eagles trivia cards.
Yes, he will. Oh
God, it was what a great game. Talk about
it was phenomenal.
At some point, Rich, we need a rocking chair ride, and I don't know when that game comes along.
Yeah,
but it's it's a great team to watch, man. It's just so much fun to watch this squad, man. And talk to me about the last play, the last drive, the drive that they get the ball back in overtime. The defense holds the Bills to a field goal. They get the ball back with about 4.5 minutes left.
Yeah.
And you just kind of knew. You just knew that something was going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, they marched down, and I'm sitting there and I'm looking, and I'm like, me and my dad are looking at each other, and I'm like, it's going to be a run. I'm like, I guarantee it's going to be a quarterback run. I'm like, I just know, especially from where they were positioned on the field and it being first down. I'm like, it's going to be a run. I'm like, watch. Yeah. Like this is Brian Johnson. This is what he does. Calls the run, but dude, Hurts hit that hole, took off, and I'm like, nobody's catching him. When he has to put that little giddy up in his step, he puts the giddy up in his step, and I'm like, yeah. And we just went nuts because I was like, holy shit, how fucking crazy was that game?
Yeah, that game I started running around the fucking house. I was screaming. It was like so fucking nuts. Dude, it was as many times as I've watched that replay, right? As soon as he sees the guy go in motion, as soon as he sent, so Swift is offset behind him, and he sends him in motion, and you could tell if the guy doesn't follow him, the pass is a screenplay to the other side with 3 wide receivers blocking and only 2 guys on that side.
Yeah,
send that guy goes with Swift. Kelsey hits that kick out block.
Oh my God, Kelsey destroyed him. Him.
and the guy on the outside had no shot, man. It was a beautifully designed play. But the Swift run right before that, right, where it took until the second half to realize that second half adjustment of getting Swift on the edge.
Yeah.
I just don't I don't understand what the problem is with getting to that earlier, because this is the fourth or fifth game where you can look back and say, if I can get Swift on the edge, we can be dangerous.
Yeah.
I just don't know why. Why did it take until the second half to make that adjustment?
And that's something that Nick Sirianni needs to address with his boy, because I can't keep going through the first halves of terrible football for the Eagles to have to play. Imagine if they played that way the whole way. You wouldn't be losing. Games wouldn't be close. And it's coaching that's really killing. It's not the talent, it's the coaching, but it's down all over the league. You see terrible coaches, terrible schemes, terrible plans, terrible game day plans. Some coaches, can make the adjustment. Some coaches can't. That's why the product's bad. It's not the players and the talent that's bad. It's just when you have a bunch of coordinators who were not good, or a bunch of coordinators who became head coaches who are not good, the product is going to be down. But some of these guys can't be head coaches. Josh McDaniels, you're going to keep giving this fucking guy a job? He stunk everywhere. You're going to keep trying to look at Joe Judge? He's fucking stunk everywhere. Like, all these retreads and these terrible minds, and then you get like the few young guys who are actually good.
Yeah.
It's so hard to watch. Like, I get it. Brian Johnson's been with fucking Jalen Hurts for forever now. Mm-hmm. He was, I believe, down in Alabama or Oklahoma, one of them. But he's been with them for a long time. Like, bud, maybe you're not the best play caller. Maybe we don't need some fucking, young mastermind. We just need somebody who can develop a fucking competent offense for these guys and just tell them what to do. This offense is too talented. You can simplify it.
Yeah.
And it can still work. You don't have to fucking do it and overcomplicate shit. You got Dallas Goedert hopefully comes back this week. You got two stud wide receivers, and you got running backs who are capable of doing it, and the best offensive line in football. And then Jalen Hurts. Yeah. It shouldn't be that hard to call plays. It shouldn't be that hard to get this offense going week in and week out.
No. Let's stop making this complicated.
Let's stop. Pull out a high school playbook and figure it out.
And Rich, real quick, just to talk about Adamsport, right? The demeanor of Jalen Hurts throughout that entire game. Like, you almost describe it as no affect. There's no affect at all. There's no high, there's no low. As many even when he made some what I would describe as really boneheaded mistakes, right? The interception where he basically throws into multiple defenders and it gets picked off, and they get a red zone.
Well, that's the one that was tipped. That was the one that was tipped at the line, right?
Right, but I mean, you're throwing that ball and trying to squeeze it in between two guys that are kind of at him.
Yeah, I got you.
That's one that you maybe eat, right? And then the indecisiveness on the handoff to Kenny Gainwell.
Yeah,
those are mistakes that got to get corrected, right? But no affect, right? Come back next play, like that demeanor, that calm, cool, collective demeanor is what sets him apart, because there's no even when you saw in the last couple of weeks when AJ Brown's upset and he's going and they're kind of jawing at each other. Well, they just go out the next play and they just hook they get connected on a field, and all was right with the world. And I think that, to me, says everything I need to know about this guy as a leader. It's just just super impressive. Super impressive.
And once Dallas Goedert comes back, I think you'll see AJ Brown go back to how he was. But it's just showing you how good Devontae Smith is. And Devontae Smith is the best route runner on this team and one of the best route runners in football. Like, he is just so fucking good.
He's been
You got
impressive.
weapons, baby. You got weapons, baby. That's all that fucking matters.
I mean, listen, Rich, Brian Johnson is essentially like handed the keys to like the driver's ed car. Like this thing would drive itself if you all you got to do is turn the key and just press the gas. Like you just don't screw this up.
Yeah, that's all it is.
And the way for everybody that and us included that describe this stretch of the schedule as the gauntlet.
Yeah.
I think we're slowly starting to realize that this team is the gauntlet. They have to play this team. They got to come here. They got to play this team. And I'm not worried about the Cowboys, right? The Cowboys, their Dak's record with against teams with 10 or more wins is like 9-24 in his last 30 whatever games. The game at Seattle, I'm not really worried nearly as much about that one. And then you're going to play the Cowboys, the Cardinals, and the Giants, Cardinals, and Giants.
I'm not worried about any of them.
You're going to fuck around and win 14, 15 games.
Yeah.
Like, this team.
I hope they fuck around. They clinch and get first place before the last 2 weeks, and they can just fucking sit everybody and just get everybody healthy.
Listen, I'm here for that shit.
Because at this point, that's all you really need is just have Jalen. Hey, Jalen, you got 3 weeks to get healthy. Everybody else, you got 3 weeks to get healthy. Like, let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
Let's roll into the fucking playoffs and just beat the doors off teams. I want the advantage of being able to, hey, the final 2 weeks, Jalen can play a quarter. All right, you play a quarter. All right, everybody out. Last week doesn't mean anything. You get the bye, and then you move on. Like, I want everybody rejuvenated, healthy, and able to come back and play. And it all starts with San Fran on Sunday and beating the 49ers. So
I'm here for all that, man. That's
hopefully Seattle can take care of business against Dak. We'll see what happens. Because Seattle, they're just looking like a bunch of frauds. Geno Smith does not look good. Kind of excited to play Seattle because I think that should be one of those games where we do spank them. Even if we are there, I don't look at it as scary as it once was, as we were like petrified of this schedule, and we're sitting here 10-1. And San Fran, now it's your prove it game. You guys were the better team. You would have beat us with Brock. All right, cool. Now show us. Now fucking show us. Because it's a team that, okay, you loaded up. You got Chase Young. Your secondary is still ass. Your secondary is still fucking terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And look what we did to the Bills. Yeah, the Bills had the ball for 40-plus minutes. And every time we had a drive, we just marched down their throats. And Bills have a pretty damn good defense. I am not exceptionally worried about this game. If I'm worried, I'm like worried this much. Like that much. And we see how it goes. I just, like you said, the gauntlet of games, we are the gauntlet. Everything, the road comes through Philly. The road comes through here. And our schedule and how we played and how we adjusted, that's what good teams do. Good teams are able to adjust. Good coaches, a.k.a. Nick Sirianni, is going to go in there and he's going to adjust. He's going to look at his coordinators and be like, no, this is what we need to do, and this is how we're going to adjust, and this is how we're going to fix it. That's why Belichick was so successful. They're working us this way. Well, let's fucking do it this way. Again, and when you have talent to do that, you can see it. And that's what Jalen Hurts brings to this team. This is what, I mean, Jesus Christ, all of our playmakers on offense bring. You have the added dimension of Swift over Miles Sanders from last year. The offensive line will be back together with Lane Johnson playing this week. I'm not worried about it. There's just things that I am not scared of. And the one thing that I'm not scared of is Brock Purdy. But we'll talk about that.
Listen, all that to be discussed about the 49ers and their whole bullshit boo-hoo parade from the last 9 fucking months to be discussed on the other side of our boy, Coach Trav.
Coach Trav.
And his advice from our friends at Losing Sucks. So we'll pull up Coach Trav.
High pressure situations. That is what is going on in fantasy football right now with 2 weeks until the playoffs. What up, boys? Drunk on Broad, drunk on the Birds. The Birds are going nuts. Huge game this week versus San Francisco. I'm Travis with Losing Sucks. I'm going to give you 3 guys at each position that I'm going to call my big picks of the week, starts of the week, however you want to call it. We'll kick it off with Dak Prescott in Seattle. Against Seattle, Dak is QB3 on the year and is absolutely scorching hot. There is no way you can bench him, probably for anybody this week. CeeDee Lamb, our wide receiver 3 on the week. It is clicking in Dallas. You're starting everybody with absolute confidence the rest of the way. Number 2, Tua versus Washington. Washington gives up the most points per game to opposing quarterbacks in fantasy football on the season. I saw somebody on Twitter say Tua is going to throw for 700 yards this week. I think 500 might be still ambitious, but also possible. I think it'd be fun to watch that line somewhere between 400 and 500. I think Tyreek and Waddle easily combine for over 300, maybe 350 yards together. So that'll be a fun one for anybody who has some Dolphins. Hopefully you do. Last one, Trevor Lawrence makes it 3 top 10 weeks in a row. He should have his way with Cincinnati. Ridley and Christian Kirk, we'll get to them in a minute, but I think that they feast this weekend against a sad, beaten down Bengals team who is probably already looking to next year. Running back starts of the week. Alvin Kamara. It feels like everybody in New Orleans other than Kamara is banged up or playing banged up. Even if Olave does get cleared from concussion protocol and plays, Alvin Kamara is probably going to be a lock for 25 plus touches in this game. And I would be hard pressed to find 10 guys that I think will outproduce him. Rachaad White, quietly been the RB9 on the season. The Panthers give up over 24 points per game to opposing fantasy running backs this year. I think Rachaad White has a top 10 week. I'm starting him everywhere I have him. Steelers running backs. We never play these guys with confidence. Nobody's incredibly high on Najee, no matter what the matchup is. People are starting to really like Jaylen Warren. I'm going to start them both this week if I have them. I think that they get it done against the Cardinals, who are 3rd worst in the league at stopping fantasy running backs. So, yeah, it never feels good to start the Steelers, but maybe post Matt Canada era, we can start to find weapons in Pittsburgh that we can start with confidence. Wide receivers, we just mentioned Tua. What happens with Tua goes through the Dolphins wide receivers. They're going to go crazy. Again, I already said 300 to 350 yards combined, I think is very realistic. Brandon Ayuk, I know you guys don't like to hear this, but I think he is due for a monster day. Monster meaning 100 to 120 yards and 2 touchdowns, 1 long one, 1 short one. The Eagles have given up the most points to opposing wide receivers in fantasy football, probably because everybody's chasing to keep up with them, but the facts are the facts. I do think the Eagles win a close one, but I think this is an incredible game. Probably a bit more of a shootout than people think. And I think Ayuk leads the way through the air for the 49ers. Bringing it back to Calvin Ridley and Christian Kirk, I think these guys are both in the top 20 this week. Christian Kirk has been fairly quiet over the last month. If you have him, trust him again. Throw him in your flex. Throw him in your 3rd wide receiver spot. This is a plus matchup for the Jags. Finally, tight ends. Dalton Schultz was way too quiet last week. I think he has a big bounce back week against the NFL's worst defense against fantasy tight ends, who are the Denver Broncos. Taysom Hill, again, lack of healthy weapons, as mentioned earlier. The Lions are very bad against tight end, but he's not really a tight end anyway, so I'll take the stat that supports it. I just threw it in there just because, but I think everybody knows Taysom Hill is kind of doing it all for them right now. I say a floor of 10 points, a ceiling of 20 to 25 if he gets a couple touchdowns. He and Alvin Kamara are going to be the entire offense, and I think they're going to be trying to keep up with Detroit's weapons. So I like Taysom Hill this week. Finally, welcome back Pat Freiermuth, 9 for 120 last week. Hopefully we start to see him emerge as that top 8 guy that you drafted him to be. We'll see how the Steelers offense changes with the new coordinator or the new person calling plays. I'm not sure if they even have a title of a new coordinator, really. So we'll keep rolling with Pat after a tight end 1 overall performance last week. If you guys have any questions, again, I'm Travis from Losing Sucks, as shown below, and you can message us on Twitter, any start sit questions, any trade questions if you have a deadline that's late or you're in Dynasty. We talk about all of it 7 days a week. We're very quick to reply. Please shoot us any questions, and good luck. Go Birds. Good luck in your fantasy leagues. Get in the playoffs, baby.
Yeah,
feel like
Mariah
there's-
Carey
there's-
just
there's-
it hits the feels. It just hits the feels.
Listen, while I'm listening, I'm thinking about this song as as Trav's video is playing. This is going to be our drunk fantasies segment.
Drunk fantasy segment. I like it.
Drunk
I like it.
fantasies.
Drunk fantasy.
Drunk fantasies. Well, listen. Well, what's not a fantasy
Yes.
is the fact that we're going to have probably the game of the year
Yeah.
at kickoff around 4:25 on Sunday afternoon. You got the 10-1 Birds
Yes.
matching up against the 8-3 49ers.
Yeah.
49ers, impressive, right? They in their when they're on, their
Yeah.
offense is really impressive.
Yes.
They have a lot of defensive weapons,
Yes.
but they also have that 3-game stretch where they just looked like fucking dog shit.
Yeah.
They dropped games to Cleveland, Minnesota, and Cincy consecutively.
Yeah.
When they win big.
Yeah.
But when they lose, they look like shit.
Yeah.
And I got to be honest, right? You could not have set up a more adversarial position for the Birds, right? The last time the 49ers play Seattle on the 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to have 11 day stretch where they're going to be coming essentially off of the half bye.
Yeah.
And the Eagles are going to be coming on a regular week.
Yeah.
But I don't even care. It doesn't matter. Like, to me, like, they got to come here and they got to win, and they got to back up all this dumb shit that they're talking about with Debo talking about Bradbury being trash. And, the reporter asks him if he wants to walk it back. He doesn't want to walk it back. Like, they can come catch these fucking hands, man. I'm so fucking tired of hearing
Debo
about the
actually
bullshit.
ran a route down the field. It would be awesome to see because that dude stays at the line of scrimmage. That's his gimmick. That's what he's good for.
Yeah.
Ayuk is the better route runner and better wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Debo's that guy that you can dump the ball off, and if you don't tackle him, he'll break a 76-yard play. Christian McCaffrey, you contain him at the line. You keep somebody on him, you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have to shut down the guys at the line of scrimmage and make Brock Purdy beat you through the air, and that's where Ayuk could have a huge game. I get it. Yes, I think Brandon Ayuk can have a huge game. But that's fantastic because if you shut down Debo and you shut down Christian McCaffrey, you don't have anything to fucking worry about.
Right. And you look at, Rich, the games that the 49ers have won.
Yeah.
I want you to listen to this gauntlet of teams that they've beat up. Pittsburgh, the Rams, the Giants, the Cardinals, and then the Cowboys. And then the Jaguars, Bucks, and Seahawks. That's the team that they had that they have with the football power index at number 1. That stretch. That's the teams when you have an Eagles team that has play that shutdown. I think if you go into the defensive game plan with the same one that you went into the Miami game with,
Yeah.
right? Miami's got just as much, if not comparable, weapons to the offense that came in here from Miami.
I think Miami's offense is better,
and
I think their defense is better.
Absolutely, right. But nowhere on their schedule are you looking at any kind of stretch that looks or resembles anything close to what the Eagles have played in the last couple weeks. When you play Miami, Washington, Dallas, and I don't care about Washington, right? Washington is a division game. They always play. Division games are always harder.
Yep.
Right? You beat the Cowboys, you beat the Chiefs, you beat Buffalo. Like go kick rocks. I don't care. I'm looking at this team going, you got to come here. You got to beat us. And the last time you left salty as fuck because you decided to let Hassan Reddick, who was fucking all world at that point, get blocked by your backup tight end, and he just about took Brock Purdy's arm off.
Yeah.
And then you did it again, and you left those dudes unblocked, and then the backup fucking dude got fucking kicked out, and then Christian McCaffrey's back there fucking taking snaps. I don't care. I'm so tired. They got to come here and they got to play this fucking team. And this fucking team has played enough games that they know how to win. They just figure out ways to win. Like you can miss me with all the 49ers bullshit. I don't care.
Yeah. I could give absolutely two fucks about anything that is going on with the 49ers and what they think and what they're going to say. Oh, great. You got Hargraves. He's been slightly impactful for you. You have Fred Warner. That's fantastic. And then nobody else in the back of that secondary. I'm not worried about that. I'm really not worried. I was more terrified of Miami because you have Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle.
And A-Chain and
you had a fucking squad. Okay, I granted, yes, you have CMC, Debo, Kittle, Ayuk. Okay, I know how they play football. But I also know how Kyle Shanahan runs his offense. He doesn't take deep shots. He doesn't take deep shots down the field. Everything is by the line of scrimmage. So you control the line of scrimmage, you beat these guys. It's nothing that I'm going to say, oh, I'm super scared that, Debo is going to go out there and he's going to run a deep post, because he's not. That's not his role. Oh, I'm so scared. George Kittle doesn't look like the same George Kittle.
Not at all.
You get the pass rush home and you beat them with quick passes in the run game. You're good. I'm not scared. You have to come to Philly and prove that you're the better team. That's what the 49ers need to do. And everybody needs to get off their dick. Everybody needs to get off the dick of 49ers and the Cowboys, because let's be real. They beat no one. And again, two teams that the biggest win for San Fran was the Cowboys. The Cowboys' biggest win this year is who? Washington?
Yeah, maybe.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe. Stop putting guys in. They need to gas up teams, and I get it, because the NFC is incredibly weak. Do I think the Lions have a hell of an offense, no defense? No, the Lions aren't for real.
No, and listen, the way at this rate, right? You got to come here. The NFC is going to roll through this town again. Yes. And I'm not worried about any team in the NFC coming in here. I'm not. No. I'm not worried. Detroit, great story. That's going to end up on the fucking Disney Channel. I don't give a shit. That. Great. Oh, Jared Goff's playing really well. Jared Goff looked like fucking dog shit the last 2 weeks, turning the ball over multiple times. And they're lucky that they didn't lose the fucking Bears game either.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about anybody trying to come into this stadium in fucking December, in January. This team, by the time the playoffs start, Rich, This team is going to be well rested. This
Yep.
team is going to be ready to fucking go. And, you know, if it plays out the way I think it might play out, Rich, we might see fucking multiple weeks of fucking Marcus Mariota and fucking you're gonna see multiple Giants Boston Scott games, and you're gonna see
Which
you
is the
might see
scenario that we
Greg Ward and Quez Watkins pulled off the fucking practice squad to beat up against the fucking Giants and Danny DeVito. Like it just
and that's exactly what we want. I don't want Jalen Hurts and those guys playing the last 2 weeks. I don't want or just even playing the last week. Take your reps against Arizona. Just beat John Gannon, that fucking pipsqueak. And the whole Tommy DeVito story. Like, great fucking story. Your team sucks.
That team is fucking ass. That team is so bad.
If I'm looking at this game,
is so bad.
They're so bad. If I'm looking at this game, I'm going to say 31-28 Eagles. And I'm not saying that because it's going to be one on a field goal. It's just there's going to be a late score. There's going to be a late score from San Fran. It's going to be 31-27 or 31-21. And then they're going to get it, try the onside kick, and Eagles are going to recover. And that's going to be the ball game. I don't see, unless the Eagles defense is on the field for 95 fucking plays again, I don't see how they lose this game. I'm not worried. I'm going to go into this game and be like, all right, we beat Miami. We beat the Chiefs. We beat the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
We beat the Cowboys. We beat the Niners. We beat the Rams. Well, we beat all these teams that, you know, people have extremely high hopes for or did have high hopes for in the beginning of the season. I'm not fucking worried about it. We have 10 wins under our belt. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I'm looking at, like I said, 31-28. My play of the game is Hassan Reddick, 3 sacks. He's going to beat the fuck out of Brock Purdy. I have a feeling Bradbury's going to get another pick, and it's definitely going to be a nice strip sack from our boy Hassan Reddick. Hassan Reddick with a strip sack. And it's going to turn into a DeAndre Swift from 12 yards out.
Oh, I love that because that's my guy. That's my guy this week. I think when Sirianni takes a step back and looks at how do I help this team coming out of a game where my defense just played 92 snaps, I think you got to get control of this clock. I think you do that with the run game.
I like it.
I think they get a lot of production out of the running game. I think this is a Swift 100+ yard, 2 touchdown game. I think this is a game where they control the clock. They run, 60 snaps to 40 snaps. Like they control the clock. They run the clock. They really do take control, and they keep this offense on the field, and they keep the 49ers offense, they keep it all on the sidelines.
Yeah.
I think this is Rich. They haven't won a game yet this year by more than 14 points. For whatever reason, these games have ended up being close. So I'm going like somewhere in that neighborhood, right? It's a 30. I think they do put up points. I think this is like a 31-24 kind of game. I think it's a 1-score game.
Okay.
But I think that 1 score comes late. I'm kind of in lockstep with you on that. I think this is the final score is going to look closer than the game actually is. Because as much as the 49ers are coming here with a chip on their shoulder, I think the Eagles have a chip on their shoulder because I feel like they got something to prove. They got something to prove and know that to shut them the fuck up and just shut them up and just say, like, you got what you deserved because you feel like you were 1 player away, and Mr. fucking irrelevant is not the difference between this team getting fucking blown out in the biggest game of the fucking year last year where nobody showed up. And the most work that they did was fucking Joey Bosa getting shit talked outside the fucking link on the way into the fucking NFC Championship game.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty sad when the dude that did the most work in that game isn't even a fucking player on your team, but a dude's brother
That's
who got his fucking butt hurt with people talking shit while he's walking the stadium. So they got it coming to him, Rich. I'm here for all of it.
We choose violence on Sunday.
Yeah, listen. If you're not waking up on Sunday choosing violence, I'm questioning a lot about your fanhood. Like this is a day where you wake up and anything red goes out the door for the week. This is all birds. This is going to be everything that we wanted it to be.
Yep.
Rich, I got some fun stuff before we jump out of here.
Sounds good.
Deshaun Jackson officially retires today. Rich, I got to be honest. I would have loved if they brought him back to play a game. That would have been,
just one bomb.
Just give him one bomb. So
one bomb.
Give me some memorable Deshaun Jackson plays.
The Miracle at the Meadowlands.
That's
it. How many times
right?
the countless bombs that he caught and just the turning around and just staring, just looking, holding the ball out, or the one where he drops the ball before he gets to the goal line. That's one.
The highlight packages today that came out were fucking wild to go watch.
He was ridiculous.
And the 90-yard touchdown catch from Michael Vick in Dallas, where he catches it on a sideline and just fucking burns everybody, and then falls in the end zone backwards. How about he and Michael Vick were a fucking dangerous combo, because Michael Vick would go back and just flick his wrist and throw it 70 yards. But the play to open the Chip Kelly era at Washington on Monday night, they just go 90 yards. Like, he was just fucking electric.
It was.
The multiple punt returns. He was just
so underrated.
Talk about just a fucking fun dude to watch, man. He's a guy that made those mundane plays really, really exciting.
Yeah.
And just a great player for a good long while on his team. Part of me just wishes he just came back for one game.
Part of me wishes we didn't hire Chip Kelly and he destroyed the team.
And traded away LaShawn McCoy and
Yep. Never forgive you, fat fuck.
Is BG the best shit talker ever?
Yes. Yeah. In Eagles history, yes.
He is fucking awesome. They should put a microphone on that dude every goddamn week. The interaction. Did you see the interaction between at the coin toss to go into overtime?
No.
Right. So Gabe Davis flips it, calls heads. Right. It's heads. He goes, yeah, we want the ball. He goes, it don't matter. It don't matter. We got Jalen. We got Jalen. You don't know the Jalen. You don't know the same Jalen that I know. You don't know. You don't know that man. He's on the line talking shit all the way up until the ball gets snapped. And
That's so good.
It only got interrupted by the play. And as soon as the play's over, it's right back. And he's on the sidelines. The thing that I love about him, man, he is just so fun. Everything with him is just fun. It's just carefree. He just loves, but he is a funny shit talker.
He is. I miss him and Derek Gunn, because that's his boy. He just only person.
Oh yeah.
I miss those guys, because Derek Gunn would always get us the good info, but Comcast fucked that up too. But no, BG is definitely one of the best shit talkers, if not the best shit talkers in Eagles history, because he says some outlandish shit and it's just fucking great. Just appreciate it. From one shit talker to another, it's just appreciated.
He had if you go search, he was mic'd up for the New England game, the first game of the year. Oh God, Adam. Tom Coughlin running up, talking to Mike Judge
Oh, he was so
for
mad.
some reason decided it was a good idea to punt to Deshaun Jackson.
He was so mad.
Oh God, he was so red. His face was like fucking red, like fucking Santa Claus. God, that was so awesome. Oh God, Rich, what are your thoughts on the Shaq Leonard news?
I hope they sign him because we need bodies at this point. Did we sign him?
It's
We
not.
did?
It's not official. It's not official yet. He
Oh,
took.
I
I
didn't get an alert. That's
he
why.
had he had the visit yesterday with the
Yeah.
Cowboys. He's here. Big Dom picks him up from the airport. Part of me gets this feeling like he's not leaving without a contract. They're gonna figure out a way to make it work. It's nothing official yet, but that I hope that would really solidify that middle, and the less as much as Christian Ellis is productive in small spurts.
Yeah.
I don't need him out there playing integral plays. Any
It says
any
he's
thoughts
gonna
on
make
the
his- all I see is it says he's expected to make his decision over the weekend.
over the weekend? Okay, I like
All
it.
right.
Whatever. I mean, listen, I don't know what you have to mull over. If I got a chance to play with a team that's 10-1 and on the rise,
Yeah, that's what I'm going with.
or I can play with the Cowboys. Like,
Yeah,
do I want to win a ring or do I want to miss the playoffs?
that's
You
pretty much
tell
what it
me
is.
which
Or do I want to
makes-
just lose in the playoffs?
make
Like,
it
yeah, I
make
was-
sense.
I would have signed in a heartbeat. Been like, all right, I'm here. Let's do it.
Well, and he's got a lot of history here, right? He was with Sirianni at the Colts. Go back to something that Adam brought up. Any thoughts about bringing in Frank Reich
No,
as a one of those like Vic Fangio type advisor roles?
he couldn't fucking
based
get
on
it
his-
done anywhere he's went. I'm not listening to him. No, not
Okay.
listening to Frank. No, I'm not listening to Frank Wright. Give me a different offensive coordinator. Somebody else gets
No,
fired.
not. I got you.
Oh, you're talking? Yeah, no. Even as an advisor, what the fuck do I want him to advise me on? Losing? How to not win games?
Well, listen, you could bring him in, and then whatever he tells you to do, you do the opposite.
Do the opposite? No, because because that'll be the only time Brian Johnson actually fucking listens to somebody. No, I'm staying
All
away
right,
from.
Rich, last one on the rapid fire. Any new thoughts on the new Birds Christmas album?
I have to listen to it. I've been
All right.
constantly listening to the old one, so I have to listen to the new one. But I'm very excited
All right.
to listen to it. I like the song with Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce. That's a fun song. And Jordan Mailata just has an amazing voice. I can't get over him on the first album. So I will be listening to the second album tomorrow.
There's a clip that was going around today of Jordan Davis recording his man. Got the voice like an angel, man. These guys are just they've got all these guys that have all these hidden talents, man.
Yeah,
It's
that's awesome.
just super cool. All right, Rich. Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Oh man, just Christmas is coming. Christmas is coming. I am super stoked for Christmas because why? Hope, love, compassion, and people are so much nicer at this time of year. And I wish we could carry that feeling all year round because there's something magical in the air during Christmas time that every house feels like home. No matter where you go, no matter who you see, it's just things feel great. And I want everybody out there to have the same hope. You know, things may be tough for you. You might be down. Just know the new year is almost upon us after Christmas time, and things will get better. Just try to keep your head up, try to keep pushing through, and just keep that hope and that Christmas spirit alive because, man, I'm so excited for Christmas. I just can't wait. And hopefully we get snow because snow would be fun because we got gypped on snow last year over here. So I want to put the Jeep in 4-wheel drive and actually like drive somewhere. It'd be nice. It'd be nice. But yeah, my final thoughts: be kind and keep the hope up during this holiday season because you never know when you're going to need it. Except
sure.
49.
I mean, the 49ers can go
Yeah, you could
suck
suck.
on raw eggs for all I care. Yeah. The season of perpetual hope, man. It's the kind of thing, Rich, that reminds me of the way I feel about sports and what sports can do to a population.
Yeah.
It eliminates, and this season I feel like does something similar, right? It eliminates the race and the politics and all those things that tear us apart. Sports and the holidays bring that all back together. And that's the thing, that if we can do it for this small block of time, if you can do it at 4:30 on Sunday and not care whether someone is black or white or Hispanic or Jewish or Islamic or Catholic or whatever, if you can get together with them and feel the same way about Birds fans and cheer on your team, if you can be arm in arm with them for those 3.5 hours, well, something tells me you can probably do it the other days of the week. Yeah. So try to find those spots. Try to find and look for those. Hold the door for somebody going in. The pay it forward if you're in line, right? Buy something for the guy behind you. Like all those little things this time of year, man. They just go such a long way at just making the community just a better place, right? So just keep on hoping, man. Just keep that hope alive, man. Keep that season alive, keep that feeling alive, and figure out a way to take it beyond the holidays, beyond sports. Yeah. Just be a good human.
Take
care of your people.
Keep the love going. Except for the 49ers and Cowboys. Fuck y'all.
Yeah, the 49ers get a double bird this week. Yeah. Take us home with the Birds.
Player haters ball.
Get the bird.
Hate. That's what we're about. But listen, you did stick around and you fucked around, you found out. We're drunk on broad. That's Don. I'm Rich. It's a great time. And as always, fuck the Cowboys. Fuck John Gannon. Fuck Deshaun Watson. Fuck the 49ers. Fuck those goofball fucking analysts at ESPN who think that the Birds aren't the best fucking team. You can also fuck the dude from the Bills who said, they fucking threatened my family when no one said shit. You're just a pussy. So fuck you too. And you should get a threat after that, a threat of an ass whooping because you fucking lied, and that's a dangerous thing to do. You shouldn't fucking lie on people. You snitch. So fuck you. Fuck Ben Simmons because that dude is perpetually hurt. Now he's got like nerve impingement and shit. It's like, bro, you just are fucking useless. Fuck Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless is the fucking worst. Fuck him. Jonathan Gannon, you can go fuck yourself too. Howard Eskin. Oh, Spike Eskin. Fuck him. I haven't fucked him in a while. I haven't given one of those. And Howard Eskin. Yeah, I got to give you one of those too. But we're drunk on broad. We're lovely people. It's just at the end.
We're opinionated.
We got to let you know what's up.
There's no filter here.
No filter here. That's find us on wherever your podcasts are and just don't let the kids listen.
Oh, wait, hold on. Rich, where did it go? I got the, we are in, you get the Spotify end of the year review thing.
Yeah.
We are in 14 people's top 10.
What?
Yeah, we are in 10 people's top 5.
What?
And 4 people, we are the top, listen, for 4 accounts. So,
is it yours?
You are. Listen, I'm probably one of them. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I'm going to say I don't have Spotify. That's fucking great.
So, listen, on that.
How about the Russians? Are the Russians and the Germans listening to us?
Yeah, listen. Before the end of the year, we'll go back and we'll list all the countries that we're being listened to. So I'll go back and pull the data. But, on that note, go Birds.
Go Birds.
This is the Broad Street Line, where Philly sports fans leave all of their sports hot takes. Call 267-405-3062 and show us your passion for Philly sports. Don't forget to tune in every Wednesday at 8:30 when we listen to your live reactions to the thrill of victory or the agony of defeat.
Super Bowl champion.